Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of my Japan series. Today I'm taking you to my favorite city in Japan, Kyoto. Kyoto is the beating heart of Japan's history and culture. It was the country's capital for over a millennium and is presently the most popular field trip destination for schools across Japan. Aside from the 17 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, there are over 1,600 temples and 400 shrines in Kyoto, making the entire city an open-air museum. Every street and every corner in Kyoto can become a hidden gem depending on your interpretation of it. Kyoto is extremely well preserved, transporting you back in time to as far as your imagination will let you. As you see Kyoto, hopefully you'll realize why the city embodies the philosophy of wabi-sabi, finding beauty in the passage of time. If you're ready to explore Japan's eternal imperial capital, let's jump right in. In this video, we'll explore Kyoto's 9 main areas. We'll start off with the downtown trio, Kyoto Station, Kawaramachi, and Gion. Then we'll explore the surrounding areas starting in the north and going around in a clockwise direction through central Kyoto, northern Higashiyama, southern Higashiyama, Fushimi Inari, Kitayama, and Arashiyama. As always, the first step to smart travel is understanding the city's history. Kyoto was the capital of Japan for 1,074 years from 794 to 1868. The city first gained prominence in 794 when Emperor Kamu moved the capital from Heijokyo, modern-day Nara, to Heiankyo, modern-day Kyoto, in order to restructure political power. Kamu believed that the Buddhist temples had too much political influence in Nara, so he moved the capital east to start fresh. Kyoto was carefully planned on a grid, modeled after the Tang Chinese capital Chang'an, modern-day Xi'an. The original city was a lot smaller than present-day Kyoto, spanning from the northern Kyoto Imperial Palace to the present-day downtown Kyoto area. This is why a lot of the popular attractions are found in the northern half of Kyoto, with Fushimi Inari being the southernmost landmark we'll visit in today's video. Over time, the city sprawled outside its original planned grid and saw numerous reconstruction developments, but modern Kyoto still retains the grid pattern in the central area. The Heian period is celebrated as the golden age of Japanese culture, starting with the refined court life in Heiankyo. It produced masterpieces like The Tale of Kenji by Murasaki Shikibu, often known as the world's first novel. Japanese art flourished across all spectrums: court and aristocratic culture, painting, poetry, literature, tea ceremonies, gardens, clothing, and architecture. Major temples like Kiyu-Mizutera were constructed during this time. The prosperous Heian period concluded with the Genpei War, a civil war between the Taira and Minamoto clans. The Kamakura period began when the Minamoto clan won the Genpei War. They established the first Kamakura shogunate in 1192, shifting power from the royal family to the samurai class. Although Heiankyo remained the imperial city, Kamukara, which is about a 6-hour drive from Kyoto, served as the de facto capital. The Muromachi period began when the Ashikaga shogunate was established in the Muromachi district of Kyoto. This period was an era of paradox. It was one of Japan's most politically chaotic and violent times, yet it remains the source of the most iconic Japanese traditions. Under the heavy influence of Zen Buddhism, several core Japanese arts reached their peak: tea ceremony, Zen gardens, ink painting, no theater, and more. Residences and villas of the powerful shoguns built during this period, like Kinkakuji and Kinkakuji, still remain cultural treasures. The Sengoku period was the Warring States era, a century-long period of civil war, social unrest, and political instability. After the Ashikaga shogunate collapsed and until Tokugawa's unification, the country was constantly in conflict, almost burning down the entire city of Kyoto. Central power collapsed and was dispersed into dozens of independent states ruled by warlords. In the late 16th century, the 3 unifiers, Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, Tokugawa Ieyasu, brought the chaos to an end. Toyotomi Hideyoshi played a major role in rebuilding and reshaping Kyoto during the late 16th century. He rebuilt temples and shrines, efficiently divided main streets into what are now Kyoto's famous narrow alleys, created new entertainment and merchant districts like Gion, and encouraged cultural growth. In the Edo period, Tokugawa Ieyasu established his shogunate in Edo and brought upon 250 years of relative peace until the Meiji Restoration. During this time, Kyoto re-emerged as a cultural hub. Many modern Japanese arts gained prominence, and Kyoto became the center for traditional crafts, textiles, and ceramics. After the capital moved to Edo with the 1868 Meiji Restoration, Kyoto experienced an economic shock and population drop. To avoid being forgotten, Kyoto's prefectural government pursued aggressive modernization. They invested heavily in technology and became the central hub for physics and chemistry. Today, despite its fame as an ancient Japanese city, it's also a leader in tech industries like electronics and robotics. It's the headquarters for tech giants like Nintendo, Kyocera, and Murata Manufacturing. Kyoto is also known as an education mecca, home to almost 40 universities, including the prestigious Kyoto University. Approximately 10% of its population is made up of post-secondary students. We'll start off in downtown Kyoto, which consists of 3 areas: Kyoto Station to the south, Kawaramachi to the west, and Gion to the east. In the Kyoto Station area, I will show you Kyoto Station, Kyoto Tower, Toji Temple, Nishi Honganji and Higashi Honganji, and Umekoji Park. Kyoto Station is a huge transportation hub in the middle of the city. It opened in 1997 to commemorate 1,200 years of Kyoto's founding. It's not much different from the central stations you'll find in other Japanese cities. Aside from housing multiple railways and bus terminals, it's also home to the Shinkansen, or the bullet train. In addition, the station is surrounded by a large commercial complex. Kyoto Station was designed by Hiroshi Hara, who also designed Osaka's Umeda Sky Building. There is a 60-meter glass atrium in the center of the station that connects JR Kyoto Isetan department store to the west and Hotel Grand Via and Kyoto Theater to the east. The grand staircase is the icon of Kyoto Station, a massive 171-step stairway that illuminates into colorful animations. On the 10th floor of Kyoto Station, you'll find the famous Ramen Alley, featuring delicious ramen shops from across Japan. 3 free observation points in the station complex are Happy Terrace, Sky Garden, and the Skyway Tunnel. The Porta and the Cube are 2 underground shopping centers found beneath Kyoto Station. Kyoto Tower, the tallest structure in Kyoto, is a 131-meter needle that is a stark contrast to the city's traditional atmosphere. There's an observation deck at 100 meters, which provides unobstructed panoramic views, and you can even see all the way to Osaka on a clear day. Built in 1964 in time for the Tokyo Olympics, it was inspired by a candle, symbolizing light over Kyoto. Although it gained initial controversy among locals who thought it would harm the city's aesthetic, it has evolved into a modern landmark of Kyoto. At the base of Kyoto Tower, there is a commercial complex called Kyoto Tower Sando, where you can find unique workshops like sushi making and pottery painting. If you walk 15 minutes southwest from Kyoto Station, you get to Toji Temple. This UNESCO World Heritage Buddhist temple is famous for housing Japan's tallest wooden tower. This 5-story pagoda stands at 55 meters and was built in 1644 by the 3rd Tokugawa shogun. If you walk 10 minutes north of Kyoto Station, you'll find Nishi Honganji and Higashi Honganji. These are the West and East Honganji temples, which together used to be the Honganji sect of true Pure Land Buddhism. In 1602, Tokugawa Ieyasu split up this single organization into the Nishi and Higashi denominations because the sect wielded too much political power. Nishi Honganji, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, still remains the head temple of the Honganji-ha denomination. Higashi Honganji is the head temple of the Otani-ha denomination. It houses the Founders Hall, which is one of the largest wooden buildings in the world. If you walk 5 minutes east of Higashiyama, you'll get to Shosheien Garden. This strolling garden is a designated national scenic beauty and requires a small admission fee. If you walk 15 minutes west of Kyoto Station, you'll find Umekoji Park. Located within Umekoji Park is the Suzaku Garden, which has a mini waterfall. Right next to Umekoji Park is the Kyoto Railway Museum and Kyoto Aquarium. Once the sun goes down and Kyoto's temples and shrines close for the day, locals and visitors alike seek out Kyoto's radiating nucleus, Kawaramachi and Gion. These two areas are separated by the Kamo River, with Kawaramachi to the west and Gion to the east. Although they're distanced by a mere 5-minute walk across the bridge, they each give off slightly different vibes. Kawaramachi is modern and energetic, while Gion is historic and magical. Kawaramachi Street runs north-south to the west of Kamo River. Shijo Street runs east-west through Kawaramachi and Gion and terminates at Yasaka Shrine. Both streets are lined with department stores, restaurants, shopping, and entertainment. Just walking down these streets is so much fun, and may even take a full day if you're like me and cannot overcome the tempting storefront displays. In the Kawaramachi area, I will show you shopping arcades Teramachi and Shinkyogoku, Nishiki Market, Pontocho, and Honnoji Temple. Kawaramachi is Kyoto's main shopping and entertainment district. It houses two shopping arcades, Teramachi and Shinkyogoku. These are two parallel covered shopping arcades that run north-south. You can find a mix of traditional souvenirs and modern shopping. Nishiki Market is the kitchen of Kyoto, found within Kawaramachi. It's a 400-meter covered arcade lined with hundreds of shops and stalls selling Kyoto's must-eats. With origins dating back to the 8th century, it offers various street food and Kyoto specialties. Within the market, you'll find Nishiki Tenmangu Shrine, a tiny Shinto shrine that worships Sugawara no Michizane, the deity of scholarship. Pontocho is an atmospheric alleyway running parallel to the Kamo River. It's a narrow, stone-paved, lantern-lit alleyway filled with food spots and traditional wooden buildings called machiya. I found it quite mysterious because some restaurants just have a single door, with no idea of what lies inside. If you travel north on Kawaramachi Street, you'll find Honnoji Temple. This is a small Buddhist temple famous for being the site of the Honnoji incident, one of the most pivotal events in Japanese history. In 1582, Oda Nobunaga, the first of the three unifiers, was staying at the temple when he was unexpectedly betrayed by his trusted general. Surrounded by thousands of rebel troops, Nobunaga realized he could not win and set the temple on fire, committing ritual suicide inside. This event paved the way for Toyotomi Hideyoshi to seize power and complete the unification that Nobunaga started. In the Gion area, I will show you Shinbashi Tori, Shirakawa Canal, Gion Corner, Kenninji Temple, Yasaka Shrine, and Kamo River. Gion is a picturesque geisha district to the east of the Kamo River. Geishas, called keikos in the Kansai region, are professional entertainers who specialize in traditional Japanese arts. Kyoto is the capital of geisha culture, and you're most likely to see a geisha in the Gion area. Gion evolved as an entertainment district for travelers and pilgrims visiting the nearby Yasaka Shrine. Over time, these inns and tea stalls transformed into sophisticated, geiko-hosted tea houses called ochaya. Today, these traditional ochaya operate on an invitation-only basis, where new customers must be introduced by an existing customer. Even if you can't visit an ochaya in Gion, you can step back in time thanks to the magical atmosphere. To the north of Shijo Street, Shinbashi Tori is considered one of the most beautiful streets in Kyoto. It crosses the Shirakawa Canal, which is lined with willow trees and high-end restaurants that overlook the water. The Tatsumi Bridge is a popular spot for photos. To the south of Shijo Street, you can find Gion Corner. This is a theater that offers a 1-hour introductory highlights performance of 7 traditional arts: Kyoto Dance by Maiko, tea ceremony, flower arrangement, koto music, imperial court music and dance, traditional comedy plays, and puppet theater. I highly recommend you buy your tickets in advance for this amazing cultural experience. Kenninji Temple is the oldest Zen temple in Kyoto, built in 1202. It's known for its stunning twin dragon ceiling painting and dry landscape garden. At the eastern end of Shijo Street is Yasaka Shrine, one of the most important Shinto shrines in Kyoto. With origins dating back to the 7th century, it has been deeply woven into Kyoto's culture and local life. It primarily serves Susanoo no Mikito, the deity that protects against misfortune, illness, and plagues. Every July, Yasaka Shrine hosts the Gion Matsuri, a month-long festival carried out to protect the city and worshippers from misfortune and illness. The rituals, which have a history of over 1,000 years, are to calm displeased spirits. Within the shrine, there are also sub-shrines for love, business prosperity, beauty, and general good fortune. Yasaka Shrine is open 24 hours a day, and I recommend seeing it during both the day and night. When the lanterns light up, the mood completely changes into a more mystical and cozy vibe. Kamo River has been central to Kyoto life for over a millennium. Today, it serves as a popular social gathering spot, with locals coming to Kamo River to exercise, picnic, or socialize in the evening. In the spring, the banks showcase hundreds of blooming cherry blossom trees, painting a pink hue over the river. In the summer months, many restaurants and tea shops along the river open Kawayuka, the riverside terrace. In central Kyoto, I will show you the Kyoto Imperial Palaces and Nijo Castle. In northern Kyoto, you'll find a rectangular patch of green. This is the Kyoto Kyoen National Garden. Because this garden was created to preserve the area around the imperial palaces, the grounds are extensive and quite bare, almost feeling like a desert when walking towards the palace on a hot summer day. Inside the garden, you'll find the Kyoto Imperial Palace, Kyoto Sento Imperial Palace, Kyoto Omiya Imperial Palace, and the Kyoto State Guest House. The Kyoto Sento Imperial Palace and Kyoto Omiya Imperial Palace were originally built in 1630 as the residence for retired emperors and empresses. Both original palaces were destroyed by a major fire in 1854. The Omiya Palace building was rebuilt in 1867 and now functions as the official accommodation for the royal family when they visit from Tokyo. The Sento Palace buildings were never rebuilt, making the strolling gardens the main attraction today. The garden is round the pond style along the north and south ponds. It's famous for its ocean shore on the south pond, which is filled with smooth rounded pebbles to represent the ocean shore. The Kyoto State Guest House was established in 2005 to provide exquisite hospitality to visiting foreign heads of state and dignitaries. Kyoto Imperial Palace was the residence of the emperor for over a millennium when Kyoto was the capital of Japan between 794 and 1868. After the major fire of 1854, the current palace buildings were reconstructed. The most important building is Shishinden, the ceremonial hall, which is surrounded by orange-gated walls. It was fascinating to see the buildings that the emperors and empresses used to reside in. What stood out to me was Konate Garden, the emperor's private garden outside of his residence. Although it was smaller than expected, it was where the emperor sought refuge in the big palace. Nearby the Kyoto Imperial Palace is the Nijo Castle. This UNESCO World Heritage Site was built in 1603 as the residence of Shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu. Although the official reason for construction was to protect the Kyoto Imperial Palace, it was really to monitor the royal family and display the shogun's power. To show that the shogun held real power, the Nijo Castle was deliberately designed to outshine the imperial palace, with gold decorations, intricate carvings, massive stone walls, and a moat. The shogun's might can be felt inside the buildings as well, with Ninomaru Palace considered a treasure chest of Edo period art. There are around 1,000 pieces of art on the sliding doors and walls. Within Ninomaru Palace, you'll find the nightingale floors, which chirp when they're stepped on, invented as a security system against intruders. Another fun element of Nijo Castle is comparing the three gardens. The Ninomaru Garden is the textbook of Japanese gardens, featuring a classic round-the-pond style. The Honmaru Garden was constructed during the Meiji period and reflects Western influences like a lawn bordered by winding garden paths. Seiryuen Garden was constructed in the 20th century and is a fusion of Japanese and Western garden styles. In the North Higashiyama area, I will show you the Silver Pavilion Kinkakuji, the Philosopher's Path, Nanzenji, Eikando Zenrinji, and Heian Jingu Shrine. Kinkakuji, officially called Chishoji, is known as the Silver Pavilion. It is a Zen Buddhist temple celebrated as the pinnacle of the wabi-sabi aesthetic, finding beauty in imperfection, simplicity, and the passage of time. Inspired by his grandfather's golden pavilion Kinkakuji, Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimasa commissioned the construction of the Silver Pavilion in 1482. Although the original plan was to cover the structure with silver, it was never executed, likely due to civil war. After Yoshimasa's death, his residence was converted into a Zen temple. Its unfinished appearance adds to the wabi-sabi element of finding beauty in imperfection. It's almost easier to understand its beauty if you compare it to the Golden Pavilion. As soon as you see the Golden Pavilion, you're transfixed on its extravagance, losing focus of the elements outside of the structure. On the other hand, the charm of the Silver Pavilion is not just one fancy monument, but how everything comes together to create its serene aura. You can appreciate the beauty that comes from the passing of time. To properly enjoy Kinkakuji, follow the designated circular walking route. It will take you to the dry garden known as the Sea of Silver Sand. This is a meticulously raked sand garden featuring a sand mound symbolizing Mount Fuji. Then explore the Moss Garden, which is a stark contrast from the dry garden. Next, climb to the viewpoint that offers panoramic views of the entire temple grounds and even the city beyond. Lastly, circle back down the hill for one last look at the Silver Pavilion from a different angle before exiting. Also located within Kinkakuji is the Tojinsai Tea House, the oldest surviving example of a tea ceremony room in Japan. The Silver Pavilion Kinkakuji is located at the northern end of the Philosopher's Path. This 2-kilometer scenic path along the canal was loved by philosophers like Kitaro Nishida. It is usually quiet and serene, allowing visitors to be lost in thought while they stroll the beautiful path. There is an exception though during cherry blossom season. Because the path is lined with cherry blossom trees, it becomes a popular spot during the spring. At the southern end of the Philosopher's Path, you'll find Nanzenji Temple. This is a Zen Buddhist temple famous for its Roman-style red brick aqueduct. Originally built in the 13th century as a retirement villa for Emperor Kameyama, it was converted to a Zen temple. At the entrance, you'll be greeted by the Sanmon Gate, a wooden gate built in 1629 to memorialize soldiers who died in the 1615 siege of Osaka. For a small fee, visitors can climb to the top balcony for a bird's-eye view of the temple grounds. Within the temple, you'll find the Surokaku Aqueduct. This red brick, Roman-style aqueduct, which was built in 1890 to carry water from Lake Biwa to Kyoto, is still in use today. Locals were originally against the construction of the aqueduct because they thought it would ruin the serenity of the temple, but today many visitors come to see this unique feature. Eikando Zenrinji is a Buddhist temple renowned for its spectacular autumn foliage. It houses around 3,000 maple trees that paint a dazzling red, orange, yellow canvas in the late autumn. Even if you don't visit during the autumn, you can see the famous Looking Back Amida inside the main hall. This 11th century wooden Buddha statue is unique because its head is turned to look over its shoulder. Legend says that in 1082, while the abbot Eikan was performing a ritual, the Buddha statue came to life and guided his meditation. When Eikan froze in surprise, the Buddha looked back and said, "Eikan, you are slow." Heian Jingu Shrine is one of the largest Shinto shrines in Kyoto, known for its vibrant orange architecture and extensive gardens. The shrine was built in 1895 to commemorate the 1100th anniversary of the founding of Kyoto as the imperial capital. It is dedicated to Kyoto's first and last emperors, Kamu and Komei. The construction project was an ambitious effort to revitalize Kyoto's economy and morale after the capital moved to Tokyo, demonstrating that Kyoto still remains important. Visitors are greeted by a giant orange torii gate standing at over 24 meters in height. The main shrine buildings showcase orange walls and green-tiled roofs, replicating the original Kyoto Imperial Palace, which no longer stands. Inside the grounds, there is the Shinen Garden that requires a separate admission fee. In the South Higashiyama area, I will show you Kiyumizu-dera, Sanenzaka, Ninenzaka, and Hokkanji, which houses the Yasaka Pagoda. Kiyumizu-dera is probably the most iconic Kyoto landmark and a treasured cultural gem. Although it was founded in 780, most of the buildings, including the main hall and stage, were reconstructed in 1633 due to fire. Because this temple was built on a hill, the Japanese used an ingenious architectural technique that hoisted the temple building on 139 pillars and horizontal beams. It's fascinating how they did not use a single nail, only relying on a meticulous assembly of pillars and beams. The main hall has a wooden terrace, or what is called the stage, that sits over the cliff, giving spectacular views of the surrounding nature. Because the stage faces west, it's also a great spot to admire the sunset. After getting the signature Kiyumizu-dera photo, you can climb down the hill to get a closer look at the intricate wooden pillars holding up the stage. Also at the base, there is the Otowa waterfall, where the temple gets its name from. Kiyumizu-dera means the temple of pure water because of the 3 streams, each one for longevity, academic success, and love. The temple grounds are larger than you'd think, and there are side paths that bring you to different gardens, pagodas, and sub-temples. Once you exit Kiyumizu-dera, you'll find yourself naturally following the shop-lined path down to a traditional village. This village is full of Kyoto specialties: matcha, tango, wooden chopsticks, and kimono Hello Kitties. Sanenzaka and Ninenzaka are the 2 most famous streets. They are narrow, stone-paved streets lined with traditional wooden machiya. Many visitors rent kimonos to enhance the feeling of being transported back in time. Sanenzaka means 3-year slope because of an Edo period superstition that if you fall on its stone steps, you will not survive the next 3 years. Following Sanenzaka will lead you naturally to Ninenzaka, which is the lower but connected sister street to Sanenzaka. You'll know when you've reached Ninenzaka when you get to a narrow, extremely crowded, steep line of steps down. Ninenzaka is the 2-year slope because of the superstition that if you fall on its stone steps, you will not survive the next 2 years. It is a perfectly picturesque alleyway lined with traditional wooden machiya, including the bursting tatami Starbucks, the only Starbucks in the world where you can enjoy your drink on a tatami mat. Sanenzaka and Ninenzaka date back to over 1,000 years ago when they were originally constructed as pilgrimage routes leading to Kiyumizu-dera. The stone-paved routes themselves were both built in the early 9th century. The majority of the machiya, wooden townhouses, were built between the 17th and early 20th centuries. If you keep on walking, you'll see a 5-story pagoda appear in front of you. This is the Yasaka Pagoda, and taking a photo with it in the background is undeniable proof that you've been to Kyoto. The best photo spot is known to be from either Sanenzaka, Ninenzaka, or Yasaka Street. Yasaka Pagoda is part of Hokkanji Temple, an ancient temple founded in 592 by Prince Shotoku. The current 5-story pagoda was reconstructed in 1440 and has remained standing ever since. You've probably seen photos of Fushimi Inari across Instagram or TikTok, or maybe in movies like Memoirs of a Geisha. It is one of the most distinctive landmarks in Japan, characterized by the tunnel of bright orange torii running up Mount Inari. As one of the most popular landmarks in Kyoto, the tourist crowd starts on the subway to the shrine. At the entrance, you'll be greeted by a massive orange torii. A torii is the gate between the human world and the sacred realm of the deities. This Shinto shrine is dedicated to Inari Okami, the deity of agriculture and prosperity. Founded in 711, it is the head shrine for over 30,000 Inari shrines across Japan. It is believed that foxes are Inari's messenger, which is why the entire shrine is covered with fox statues, fox plaques, and fox souvenirs. During the Edo period, the custom of donating the orange torii began. The 10,000 torii found today were donated by local businesses and entrepreneurs as an act of gratitude to Inari Okami or as a prayer for prosperity. The torii tunnel leads up Mount Inari, which requires around 2 to 3 hours to the summit and back. Reaching the summit is not a must as there are multiple observation points that you can compromise at. There are also stalls that sell matcha ice cream sandwiches and fox magnets along the way. There are over 400 shrines in Kyoto and almost 100,000 across Japan, but this one is truly special. Even people who believe that they've seen enough shrines will be blown away. Walking under the thousands of orange torii makes it feel like you're traversing a tunnel into some other world. One thing to note is that Fushimi Inari is open 24 hours a day, making it a potential night visit if you want an enchanting experience. In the Kitayama area, I will show you the Golden Pavilion Kinkakuji and Ryoanji Rock Garden. Kinkakuji Temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Zen Buddhist temple known for its golden pavilion. Quite literally, the structure is covered in gold. Surprisingly, there was only 20 kilograms of gold used, as the wooden planks are coated in gold leaf as opposed to using solid gold. Originally built in 1397 as the shogun's retirement residence, it was turned into a temple after his death. The original building survived natural disasters and civil wars for over 550 years. However, in 1950, a monk purposely committed arson, burning the Golden Pavilion to the ground. The current structure is a meticulous reconstruction completed in 1955. The 3 layers of the structure have different architectural styles. The first floor is Heian aristocracy style, the second floor is samurai residence style, and the third floor is Chinese Zen temple style. As soon as you enter the grounds, something shimmering will catch your eye immediately. As you focus in on the Golden Pavilion, you'll be instantly mesmerized by its beauty. The pavilion sparkles in the sunlight, nestled among the breathtaking nature, including the mirroring pond. You will follow a path around the pond, seeing the Golden Pavilion from different angles and distances. This is something you have to see for yourself. The photos do not do it justice. Personally, it was the most beautiful thing I've seen in Japan. Just a 20-minute walk from Kinkakuji Temple, you get to Ryoanji Temple. Originally built as an aristocrat's residence, it was turned into a Zen Buddhist temple in 1450. Located within Ryoanji is the world-renowned Rock Garden. This is a dry landscape garden found on a rectangular plot of gravel. The garden consists of 15 rocks of varying sizes arranged in 5 clusters. There's a viewing veranda where visitors can enjoy the garden like a piece of artwork. The fun thing about the rock garden is that you can only see 14 stones no matter where you sit on the viewing veranda. Legend has it that only people who attain enlightenment can see all 15. Nobody knows who designed this garden and what their intention was. It would be interesting to visit this mystery and find your own interpretation of it. In the Arashiyama area, I will show you Togetsukyo Bridge, Arashiyama Bamboo Grove, Tenryuji Temple, Okochi Sanso Villa, Sagano Romantic Train, Iwatayama Monkey Park, and Sagatori Moto Adashinocho. As soon as you get off the bus in the Arashiyama district, you'll probably see the Togetsukyo Bridge. The name means Moon Crossing Bridge because Emperor Kameyama remarked that the moon appeared to be crossing the bridge during a boating party on a moonlit night. The bridge was originally built in the 9th century but was repeatedly burned down. The current bridge structure was built in 1934 with reinforced concrete, but kept the wooden railings to preserve its traditional aesthetic. It spans 155 meters over the Katsura River. It is considered a scenic spot where you can observe the changing of seasons in the surrounding forested mountains. When you first see it, you might be confused as to why it is renowned as a beautiful landmark in Kyoto. However, the beauty of the Togetsukyo Bridge area dawns on you so suddenly like a punch in the face. The towering lush mountains, the splashing melody of the river, and the warmth of the nearby village all come together to immerse you into a serene landscape painting. Arashiyama Bamboo Grove is an iconic natural attraction in Kyoto. It is a lush forest of soaring green bamboo stalks. Due to its growing popularity, it is packed with people all year round. But if you walk a little bit from the entrance, the crowd subsides and the mood becomes more tranquil. Within the bamboo grove, there are shrines and temples that you can visit. The bamboo grove evolved over the centuries both naturally and through humans. When Kyoto became the capital of Japan in the 8th century, the Arashiyama area was a popular scenic getaway for the Japanese nobility. On top of the existing bamboo grove, the Japanese aristocracy probably planted more stalks around their villas. When the Tenryuji Temple was founded in the 14th century, many people believed that the grove was planted further as a spiritual and physical barrier for the nearby temple. Later during the Edo period, the bamboo grove was a place for spiritual reflection frequented by Zen Buddhist monks. When you visit, try to experience the bamboo grove with as many senses as you can. Make sure you listen to the swaying of the bamboo stalks, as this was listed as one of the 100 soundscapes of Japan. Maybe try to smell as well. Tenryuji Temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Zen Buddhist temple. It is famous for the Sogenshi Garden, regarded as one of the most beautiful gardens in Japan. Created in the 14th century, the temple was originally 10 times the current size with approximately 150 buildings, but these have been destroyed by fires over the years. However, the masterpiece garden has survived its original form for close to 700 years. It employs the shakkei technique, which means borrowed scenery. It incorporates the surrounding natural landscape, like the mountains in the back, to complete its artistic message. It blurs the line between the garden and natural landscape to create a boundless sense of depth and harmony. The garden is designed as a strolling pond garden that can be enjoyed from the main hall's veranda or by following the path around the pond. Okochi Sanso Villa is the former home of renowned actor Tenjiro Okochi. Okochi spent 30 years meticulously designing and constructing the villa and garden. It is a less crowded option to see the beauty of Arashiyama compared to the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove and Tenryuji, although it cannot replace them. If you have time, you may want to stop by and observe the beautiful garden and views of Kyoto. The Sagano Romantic Train is a slow-moving retro train that runs along the picturesque Hozukyo Gorge. This romantic train ride takes about 25 minutes to travel 7.3 kilometers between 4 stations. Toroko Saga is usually the starting point of the scenic train ride because it is easily accessible from downtown Kyoto using the JR train. The second stop is Arashiyama, where most people get off to see the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove area. The third stop is Hozukyo, an unmanned station usually for hikers exploring the surrounding trails. The final stop is Toroko Kameoka, which takes you to a rural town that has the Hozugawa River boat ride. You could also start the journey at Toroko Kameoka and travel in reverse order, or do a round trip. Across from the Togetsukyo Bridge, you'll get to Arashiyama Monkey Park Iwatayama after a 15-minute hike up Mount Arashiyama. It is a park with over 120 wild Japanese snow monkeys that roam freely. You'll also get panoramic views of Kyoto. If you walk north from Arashiyama, you'll get to Saga Torimoto Adashinocho, located in the nook surrounded by Mount Ogura. Here, you'll find off-the-beaten-path gems like Saga Torimoto Preserved Area, Adashi no Nembutsuji Temple, and Otagi Nembutsuji Temple. Lastly, a specialty food to try in the Arashiyama district is tofu. There are many restaurants in the area that sell healthy and hearty tofu meals, some even in traditional settings with spectacular garden views. That concludes my Kyoto Smart Travel Guide. I only showed you the tip of the iceberg in this video. Kyoto can be whatever you make of it. As mentioned in the intro, anything that you come across in Kyoto can become a hidden gem. I know a friend who aimlessly rode a bike around Kyoto trying to find a temple without a single person. To him, that temple was probably his hidden gem. As I end this video, I strongly encourage you to explore Kyoto, a city that has heritage, nature, and dignity. Next up is the Japan series finale, Tokyo.